Postcard. The List. In 1999, on a January day in Connecticut, I sat next to a young truck driver who towed my car to the garage for a new battery. He asked me if I was single, then why I wasn't married. I said it wasn't on the list. What list? He asked. I told him about the list in my wallet, inspired by a quote I read in a woman's clothing catalog. Make a list of 25 things you want to do before you die, put it in your wallet, and refer to it often. Intrigued, he asked me what was on it. Travel around the world, I said. At the time that phrase crossed my lips, I had no clue that I was 6 months away from making good on that 10-year dream. Given the previous reactions of others, deafening silence or a flippant, wouldn't we all? I didn't expect much of a response. The driver surprised me, though, when, after a few eye blinks, he asked, "Who would you go with?" During my late 20s, when I first dreamed of going around the world, I had hoped to share the experience with a companion. Not from any romantic notion, but because I was afraid to go alone. Many of my friends loved the idea of traveling around the world, but were not prepared to act on it. Yet for me, the call to go was so strong, to ignore it would have guaranteed a life of emotional torment. I imagined myself an old woman, lamenting how I had not followed my dream, and how that decision, in turn, had created a blueprint for a timid, shrunken life. The potency of that vision overshadowed the fears that had been holding me back. I knew that whenever I took my world trip, it would be solo. So, on a wintry day in Connecticut, I answered the tow truck driver's question, "Who would you go with?" using one of my father's favorite expressions, me, myself, and I. Pearl. Sometimes our dreams are affirmed in the most unlikely ways by the most unlikely people. That's why we need to speak our commitment out loud.